Today's video I'm actually going to be answering your dilemmas and problems, and I'm going to be basically being your therapist. You're talking to a guy but you used to fancy his mate who now fancies you. Oh, so you're talking to a boy but you used to fancy his mate and his mate fancies you now. I've got 8 hey girly texts, help. I can't lie, that is a situation that I hope I never have to go through. Someone said I'm in love with you and you don't know me. Sorry. Lost 2 of my best friends. I know the feeling, I really know the feeling. A boy from the same class, yes or no? My ex-best mate got with 2 of my exes. Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas. I'm doing 12 videos for this year. Every other day I'll be posting a video, so make sure to stay tuned and watch my previous video if you haven't watched it already. And remember, it's every other day at 6 p.m. 6 p.m, 6 p.m, 6 p.m. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm actually going to be answering your dilemmas and problems, and I'm going to be basically being your therapist, helping you guys out as much as I can. Trust me, I'm not very good at this. When my friends need advice, they don't come to me. Yeah, I'm not very good at advice. But I thought I'd try help you guys out, and we can try do something that will almost, I don't know, make us more close as a bond. So, this is funny. Okay, so the first thing is, this is just something like pretty basic, but someone's asked me what they think they should wear for Jingle Bubble this year, and personally I'm going next week and I have
no idea what I'm wearing.
I could not tell you any of my outfit. I'm probably going to end up going for like crop top and cargos and then like a jacket to go with it, but genuinely no idea. I think crop top's a safe option with a jacket, like an oversized jacket, and cargos is a very good option. If not, maybe jeans and a nice top. I feel like last year I wore jeans and a nice top, but it was like a kind of festival looking top, and that looks really cool, so maybe something like that. Someone said talking to a guy who but used to fancy his mate who now fancies me. You're talking to a guy but used to fancy his mate who now fancies you. Oh, so you're talking to a boy but you used to fancy his mate and his mate fancies you now. There's not really much to say to that. If you don't fancy him, then you're not in the wrong. If you fancy another boy, then obviously that's wrong to your boyfriend. So maybe you should reconsider who you actually like. But if his mate fancies you, that's not your problem. That's his problem, and that's also really wrong because you shouldn't fancy your mate's girls or boys, in my opinion. Someone said, Georgia's friend said, I got 8 hey girly texts, help. I can't lie, that is a situation that I hope I never have to go through, the hey girly texts, but I feel for you, Molly. Being the friend who always helps people but never gets help back. I feel like sometimes people just don't really know how to communicate or help others, and I feel like that isn't necessarily them not being a good friend, but I don't know, not everyone goes through the same situation, so they can't help as much as others. I think obviously you haven't found your right people if you expect people to be like that with you, but obviously just quit helping them as much. If I know it's horrible, but like if it's actually making you feel down that they're not helping you, then maybe they'll realise, oh, like I should be checking up on her as much as you check up on them. But yeah, I feel like sometimes I go through phases where I'm just really off with my friends, but it's not even intentional. Oh, my camera's gone weird. It's not even intentional, or that I don't really help them as much as they help me. It's just sometimes people go through phases and like they don't actually realise what they're doing wrong. Not that I'd ever not help my friend if they was in trouble or anything. Someone said feeling alone even around people. I have this mental block quite a lot where like I'll be doing so much but at the same time I just feel really down and like I've got no friends, which is really sad to think about. But if you're in that situation, you need to really deeply think what is making you happy and carry on doing that. Like for me, on a Sunday I love to get in the bath, shave my legs, put a hair mask in. That makes me really happy, and being with my friends makes me really happy too, and my boyfriend. So things that make you happy, always surround yourself with, and things that are making you unhappy or making you question stuff, obviously if it's a friend and you're questioning, do they actually like me as a friend, or are we not even friends anymore, maybe question them, just be like, is everything okay, because you just seem off with me. Like there are so many ways to go about it without having to have an argument that people just don't really understand. Someone asked me where my silver bracelets are from. These are from LL Loves on Instagram. They're actually really cute and affordable, and I definitely recommend to a friend. Someone said I'm in love with you and you don't know me. Sorry, I guess. My best friend is moving to Spain. Personally, I've never had to really deal with like a friend of mine move to another country, but I know a lot of people that have, and like I personally can't really help you with that, but I think you've got to realise, like, there's so many ways to stay in touch with people these days. You don't need to see them every day. Like, you can actually call them all the time and be with them in like FaceTime ways and stuff like that. So I'd always just think about it in that way. Like, you don't have to cut them out completely. Lost 2 of my best friends. I know the feeling. I really know the feeling. I think you've got to realise, like, if you fell out or you're just not friends anymore, that's not a you problem. Like, obviously it is partly you because you're part of the reason you're not friends, I'm guessing, but you've got to realise it's not all your fault. And like, you'll sit there and dwell on it and be like, oh my god, like, we're not friends anymore, but you've got to realise why you're not friends. Is there a reason for that? And if there's not a reason, I'm sure you'll become friends again, because people go through ups and downs with their friendship. That's so normal, but I think people don't understand that that can happen. So being threatened to get jumped by girls at my school, I'd definitely go to the school or the police about that. If people were threatening to jump you, you need to talk to someone about that. When you have feelings for a boy but you don't know how to tell him, I would say, like with me, obviously don't push it. If he's not looking like he's interested, don't just put it all on him, because he probably doesn't like you back, which is horrible, but trust me, you'll get over it better than just loving him and not telling him. I just tell him how I feel, and if you're nervous to do that, then just give hints, drop hints, see how he feels. And you can kind of get, like, boys are really easy to read in times, I find, unless he's really one of them boys that aren't easy to read. But if he's an easy person to read, you'll be able to know if he likes you or not. I like her, but I feel like she's saying the same thing to other boys. If that's the case, then I just speak to her and be like, look, is there other people in this situation? Should I be getting attached? Because if I shouldn't, I'd rather you tell me now than hurt me. Just be like, because I'm not, lie. Don't say that you're actually attached if you are. Just be like, I don't know if I'm actually properly attached yet, but it will become that, and I want to know before I do, is there anyone else in this picture that I should be concerned about? Trust me. Wanting to work out to get a good body but not wanting boobs to shrink. It doesn't always actually happen like that. I mean, like, you can work out and not lose any boob weight, but you can also get a better body. Like, you can just tone up. Your boobs won't always shrink. But personally, I'm not PT, so I can't really help with that. A boy from the same class, yes or no? No, don't do it. Because as soon as you guys stop talking and you have to sit next to him or be in the same class as him, it is the horriblest thing in the world. I would never want to put someone through that. My friend is really controlling, I don't know how to deal with it. If your friend's controlling you, then just say to them, like, can you please stop? Because, like, I feel like I'm getting controlled and that's not how I want to feel from my mate. And if they don't understand or, like, apologise, then they're not your friend. So that's how I'd say. I have too much homework. To be fair, I've never, ever, ever had to deal with too much homework, so I'll never understand your pain. But, I mean, just try to structure your time, make, like, planned stuff. Explain to your teachers if you ever miss homework why, like, get a good excuse up. I don't know. Someone said I keep breaking out and no skincare products are working, please help. I'm not a dermatologist whatsoever. Someone that I would recommend watching is Skincare by Hiram. I watch him when something's going wrong with my skin that I'm not too sure on. My skin's been awful recently. I've had really bad, weird breakouts just all over my face, and I know how it can really get you down. And yeah, just watch Skincare by Hiram, he's the best. You haven't got a winter bay, don't worry about it. Winter itself is a full dilemma, please take me back to summer. Girl, I could not agree more. I like this boy and he likes me back, but I preferred it when we was just flirty friends. I feel like everyone's been in a situation like this with a boy once in their life, or a girl or whoever. The way I'd see it is kind of, if it feels like it was better as friends, then don't go into anything other than being friends. And if that means you're gonna have to cut him off completely, don't mess him around. Don't flirt with him and then just be like, oh, I don't like you anymore. But you can't have friends and be flirty, because you're just messing with their emotions at the end of the day, and it's not nice. Trust me, I know people that have been in that situation. So I'd speak to them, and if you really don't like the fact that you guys are being more than just friends, then you need to cut him off and completely cut him off as that and just become friends with him, because it's not good and you're just gonna mess him around. Last time we were 11, but he's really nice, and oh, that's just like part of the question, but I can't find the rest. My ex-best mate got with 2 of my exes. Hope these stay anonymous. Of course they will. That is not okay, and that's one thing that I will never understand about girls. Girls that go for their ex-best mates' exes are the grimmest people in the world. Like, I don't care if we're not friends anymore. I wouldn't do that to someone, and I wouldn't expect them to do it to me, especially when you was friends with them when they was a thing with that boy. I think that's so disrespectful. And even if something really bad happened and why you're not friends anymore, you literally look like such a beg going for their ex, in my opinion. So I will never understand how girls can do that to another girl. yeah, that's my opinion on it. I feel like my friends aren't including me in everything. If that's the case, I would speak to them about it, because if they're true friends, they'll change and they'll start including you in more. And if they're not true friends, then they won't, and then you know where you stand with them. And then I think it's time you move to another friend and try and make friends with someone else, because that's not okay. And I hate people getting left out, and it happens so frequently with my friends, and it's a joke. So I speak to them about it. Someone said, what PLT jumper should I buy? I would personally get the PLT jumper that's got like writing here. I'm not too sure what it's called, but it's really, really pretty. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop this video here because the dilemmas are pretty similar. They're all about like boys, whatever, and I feel like they're going to get repetitive. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it, and thank you so much for all the love I've been getting recently on Vlogmas. And yeah, see you for the next Vlogmas video, which will not be tomorrow but the next day. And yeah, Merry Christmas.